Good afternoon everyone, welcome to the Excitech BIM 360 surgery. Today it is number 11 and today I'm going to take a look at some of the latest updates in BIM 360 document management, and I'm going to take a look at the new Navisworks issue plugin. So it's been advertised as all about permission settings because there's been a major update last week and they have updated some of the permissions around how we access folders and how sort of the user experience is a lot better. So I'm currently in a sample project on the Excitech 360 hub, and you'll see this is sort of one that we use just to collate some collateral around BIM 360 documents. So we keep all our presentations, all our sales collateral and technical collateral in here. So I'm in a folder called technical, and we can click the three little dots and we can go to the permissions section. Now first thing you'll notice when you click permissions is that it now flies out from the right hand side of the screen. So you could basically close it down, so the UI is changed. It's just basically pops out in a nice user experience and it pops out looking like this. So what you have is this flyer, and you can see straight away you've got some nice little features just on the controls. So it tells us basically how many users, how many companies and how many roles are assigned in this particular folder. You will also see that it then gives you a full list, and the new thing, it shows the permission levels and then the type and then whether it has inherited them properties from a previous folder structure. So let's look at adding some people in. We'll see the difference. So when I click add, it does another little fly out to here, and then we can click into the add new section. And if I just type EXC, because I know these are all the Excitech guys, and you'll see there's people in this project, but they're not currently in this folder. So I can click, let's say, my colleague Dave, and I can click out of that, and you'll see it will add it in here. And then we also have this drop down for permissions. So the first big update is that they've sort of rejigged the permissions in each of the folders. So if we scroll to the bottom, you will now see that we have a new folder control. So this gives basically full administrative rights, including managing the folder access and also managing title blocks. We then have view, download, plus upload and edit. So that can review, publish, as well as edit, delete the subfolder content. Then we have view, download and upload. So we can upload, download, we can view, and we can also add markups and issues. Then we have upload only. So that just means that the person can then upload the content, but they can't see the folder content. So that can be quite useful when you're collaborating externally and you want people to send you information, and you know you can be completely safe that they can't access anything, they just have access to upload content in. Then we have view and download, but they cannot upload any content. And then the new one as well is that they can just give somebody view only access. So they can view the documents, they can also add markups and issues, but they cannot upload or download content. So if you want to just send something to someone just to show them what you're doing, basically give them view only access, and then they will be able just to do that particular control. So if I give Dave full folder control, click add, and then he simply just gets added into the system. Now when we're looking in here, you could have a situation where you might have hundreds of people in here, and you can see that it's now split up into the names, and as a member is assigned a company, it will then be listed under the flyout trees where you've got Excitech Professional Services, and then you've got the Excitech Sales Team. So when you're adding not only individual users, if we add a company in, that will then show. So I can scroll down, you can see that I've got Excitech Construction. If I add in Excitech 360, set the permission levels to upload only, click add, that company will now appear here. So when you're looking at this list, if you've got quite a big project with maybe hundreds of users, you do have filters. So I can click this filter button, and you can see that will just show me the people that have folder control. You will see that it now just redefines the list, or if I want people who only has got view only access, you'll see no one. You can see as you change, it's quite dynamic in the background, so as we tick things on and off, the system immediately updates that view. We can also go into type, and you can see that if we want to say just show me companies, you can then filter the company. So the user experience is a lot smoother, a lot easier, and it's obviously more visual. If you've got some filters applied, you can simply clear all, and then you reset it back, and that works on any folder. So you can see that it's quite dynamic. If you've got permissions open, you can simply just click folders, and it rebuilds the permission set for you to quickly go in, edit, and change. So it's just becoming a lot smoother, easier to control as you get bigger projects, more people involved and engaged in it. For the admin side of things, it becomes really easy. So when you just need to close it, we can click down, and there we go. So if I just go back to this technical folder, so another update that came last week is yet another update to the desktop connector, but there's a nice new feature hidden within it. So we all know, or should know, that we can select an object or a document in 360. You can select the three dots and you can lock it, and that will lock the editing of it, and you'll get notifications around that, so two people can't go in and edit that document. But if we go to the desktop connector, and if I just open up Windows Explorer and I browse to my 360 hub, click into Excitech, and I find, I'll just go full screen, I find my project files, and then I navigate in to where I am. And if we say it's into service sales, I'll just double check where I actually am. So I'm going to go to PS Sales Excitech Presentations, and then I click Technical, and you'll see this gives me the same documents that I'm now seeing here. So if you've got the latest desktop connector installed, what you will now see is if you right click a file, you will now see that we have a new option to lock it. So when I click lock, you will see we have a new locked by column, and it tells me that it's now locked by me. So if I click into 360, refresh the page as if I'm going in to look for this content, what I'm hoping, there should be a little padlock now beside that locked file. So let's scroll down, and you will now see there's the little padlock. If you hover over it, it will say it's locked by myself. Look at the timestamp, August 2nd 2019, and it is locked at 12:38. So pretty nifty. If you want to lock some files, you can just simply right click them. If you want to do 10, 20, just you can select them and then lock, and you'll see that it will just lock it, and then when you go in and refresh into that project, the padlock will then appear beside the file. So that's sort of the new updates on the document management side. So yesterday, the guys at Autodesk and Navisworks introduced a new app. So I am currently on the Navisworks store, and if I click show all, you will see that there is now a new add-on called BIM 360 Issues. So you can simply sign in, download it, install, and that will add a new tab into Navisworks. So to show you how this works, I'm going to jump into an advanced steel model, and I'm going to export this out to Navisworks. So I'm just going to go to export, fire it out to Navisworks, and the advanced steel exporter automatically will create a DWF file and then open it up in Navisworks directly. So while it's doing this, just to explain a few things about this add-on. So the first things first, that the file that you work with to create the issues must be an NWD file. So it can't be an NWC, NWF, IFC. It has to be an NWD file. So once we have that NWD file, it has to be stored within BIM 360. So if you look at my BIM 360, I've got a plans and a project files area. So for this to work, it has to be located in project files. Okay, this is because we're going to use the desktop connector to access and open this file. So once Navisworks launches, it will have my advanced steel model in it. You will see already there is a BIM 360 issues tab, and you see I've got issues, refresh, help, and about. So you can see there is my Navisworks, or my advanced steel file. I'm going to switch my background, let's say to graduated, click OK and apply. So as I said, currently this is a DWF, so we need it to be an NWD. So I'm going to select the Navisworks drop down. It's just taking a little second just to compute. And I'm going to go to Save As. And I'm going to select first of all the file of type NWD, and then I'm going to position it on my BIM 360. So I'm going to select my Excitech Hub, my 31 Lagonda Drive project, project files, work in progress, and I'm going to say that this is my AS out. And I'm going to save it direct into BIM 360. So if I jump into the cloud and refresh, we should start to see this file will start to appear, and then I can start to control the issues. Now it just will take a second or through for it all to sync through. And I'm just going to click the issues button, and if I then refresh, you will see it's loading. So it should find that it is now saved in the cloud. So if it's not saved in the cloud, you won't get any of this stuff. So what we can now do is we can work like we're in BIM 360. So if I find an area of the model of concern, I'm going to say that I'm going to raise a simple issue around this piece of bracing. So I can simply click create issue, and you will see the click allocation. So that is to put the pin in. That will pop the pin in. I'm going to say it's going to be a, let's say it's it's a requirement change. The status you can see is open or draft, and I'm going to say gusset plate is missing, and I'm going to assign that to myself. I'm going to pick a due date of today. I can give root causes. I'm going to say, well, that's a design deficiency. And then you can give more information. Please add gusset to brace this connection. And then we can click create. And it will go off and it will pin the model. We can then go around and we can find somewhere else that needs concern. So we could look at this connection here, and we can go create an issue, pin it there, and I'm going to say this is going to be clash check bolt erection tolerance. Again, I can assign that to myself. You can give location, you can give a root cause, constructability, click create, and off it will go. So you can see there that the issues are now here. I didn't specify this. You can simply edit it, and you can say, well, due date, we want it due today, and then we can simply go back, and there we are. So if we now jump to 360, and if we go to our issues tab, you will now see that these two new issues are now here. So you can see that's missing. We can click the NWD, and you can see and view the same information whether you're back in Navisworks, or you can see now we're in the viewer, and you can see there's the pin, and we can go in. Okay, we can have a look at it. We can say that's now answered, assign it to there, all okay, and we can click done, and that will answer the issue. You can see the color changes. Now if I jump back to Navisworks, refresh our view, you will now see that this issue, and you can see it hyper models around, it jumps around, is now answered. this one still needs to be sorted. So some really cool new technology, just allowing people to have the Navis file, create the issues, add content, update the issues, and do it in either platform. So that's pretty much it for today. Thank you very much for joining me on this surgery. Join me again next week for surgery number 12, and I'll see you all soon.